Hey, what's up, awesome traders out there in cyberspace? How's everybody doing this evening? I apologize. I did this video yesterday, but the audio was screwed up, so I have to redo it today. So I'm a day late and a dollar short. Had family activity this evening, so I'm just getting back. Missed missed some huge moves in gold and in the S&P 500. We're going to look at that here in a minute. But what I wanted to share with you yesterday was this prop firm merry-go-round that everybody seems to be on. Now, I know everybody out there streaming, they're trading, multiple prop firms. They're like running 30, 40, 50 accounts at one time. There's nothing wrong with that if you can do that. If you're at the level that they are, you can do that. But all of you guys that are just trying to get started, you're trying to get your trading career off the ground, the last thing you need to be doing is trying to deal with 3, 4, 5 different prop firms with different rules. It just, to me, it just doesn't make sense. So for the people that I work with, I recommend them picking one. Obviously, you know which one I recommend, but it doesn't matter. You can choose the one that best fits you or that you can stomach. And until you start making consistent money with one prop firm, don't go trying to do 2, 3, or 4. And I run into traders all the time that they would start with one prop firm, get frustrated because they can't pass the test or they can't get to payout. So they turn around and try and start another one. And then I'm like, what in the world, man? What's going on? Why do you keep doing this? You just keep going in this circle. And you're wasting your time and you're wasting your money. So believe me, that was my thing. I was like, everybody knows I started with Apex. And that fell apart really quick. The first time they started having trouble paying out and approving payouts and stuff, that was it for me. If you have to sit here and worry about whether you're going to get paid or whether your payout's going to get approved, you're in the wrong place. I have to tell you, you are in the wrong place. The last thing we need to be worrying about is whether we're going to get paid, because that takes away from us being able to perform as traders. It takes away from it. So you want to be comfortable. You want to be happy with with the prop firm you're trading with, and build off of that. Once you master one prop firm, yeah, let's go to another one then. That's what you want to do. And master that one, because the rules are going to be different. The approval process to get payouts are going to be different. It's going to be different. So you got to master that one. Then you got to master the next one. I see some people that are trading multiple prop firms. They'll mess up or blow up on one account, but trading multiple prop firms at one time, but they get paid out and do good on these other accounts. So it's not all the same, but they are at a level that they can do it, and obviously they do it well. But in order for you to get to that point, you have to prove yourself with one prop firm. That's what I recommend all of the traders that I work with. I recommend them sticking with one. And obviously the one that I recommend is Take Profit Trader. We still have the 30% off, no activation fee going. You can get payouts every day if you want. You know, you can work the 5 accounts to where you can get paid out. I'm going to share with you how I do it here real quick, because I was asked about their payout thing. But I'm going to tell you, in almost a year that I've been dealing with Take Profit Trader, I've never had a payout request denied or disappear in the thin air, or a payout coming to me disappear in thin air. Never. So I highly recommend these guys. Highly recommend them. The rules are real simple, and as long as you follow them, you're going to be good to go. All right. So what I want to share with you, I know everybody asked me about this, or several people asked me about this. These are the last 3 withdrawal requests that I've done. Okay. I try to do Friday, Wednesday, Friday, Wednesday, Friday, Wednesday. I used to do it every day when the market was really, really volatile. You know, the first couple of months after Trump got elected, but it's kind of gotten a little stale, and we're not making as much money across, you know, the 5 accounts that I use. So I take payouts every, try to take payouts every Friday and every Wednesday and then every Friday. But if I don't make the money, if I don't have what I want to see on Wednesday, I'm not going to take it. I'm just going to wait till Friday. So here's the first one we're going to look at is 5:30, which is a Friday. I didn't do well enough to take a payout on that Wednesday. And I think there was a holiday. It was Monday was like half a day or something. Somewhere in there, it was kind of a half a day, and then it just didn't turn out to be a good week. So I took another payout on Friday. And then this is from yesterday. I took one on Wednesday, and I'll be taking one tomorrow. So I want you to pay attention to the times here. So let's go to 5:30. That was Friday before last. I requested it at 7:09. I found out that between 7 and 7:30, 8 o'clock is the best time to request, because, and it's usually faster on a Wednesday than on a Friday by maybe an hour or so. But this is the best time to request. Now, I'm not worried about too many people flooding this time zone, because only about, 30, maybe 40 people watch these videos. So that's not going to clog that up. I'm not worried about that at all. So on 5:30, remember, 7:09, 9:20, just over 2 hours. Okay, just over 2 hours, my payout request was approved. Remember, I told you I've never had one not approved. Because typically, if you break the rules here, you lose your account anyway. So you don't have to worry about thinking you're going to get doing all this work and then get denied. If you do the work and you stay in the rules, it's going to get approved. So then 10:46. Okay, remember 9:20 is when I got the request. And what happens is you request it, then it gets approved, and then once it's approved, it goes to the next department where the money is sent to your account. So at 10:46, the money was sent to my account. When I check at 12 o'clock, the money was there. Okay, so from the time I initially requested it at 7:09 in this case, by 12 o'clock, roughly 5 hours, the money was in my bank account. I don't know any prop firm. Maybe there are a couple that's that fast. I'm not sure, but that's pretty fast. I know with Apex, when I first started with them, it was a nightmare. So next, let's look at Friday, June 6th. This one I did at 7:40 something. Okay. The request got approved at 10:03. So it was about, this was Friday. This was after probably a pretty decent week. This was actually last Friday, the 6th. And I got it approved at 10:03. And then by 12:23, the payout request was processed. By 3 o'clock, the money was in my account. So you can see from the time I requested it at 7 that morning, well, let's say 8 o'clock. Fridays typically take a little longer. Some Fridays longer than others. But this is still cool. To have the money in the bank by 3 o'clock Friday, I just paid myself. Nice paycheck. All right, so Wednesday. And I copied this on Wednesday, yesterday. So that's why it has this. So remember, at 7:20, I requested it. 8:37, right at an hour. And this is on Wednesday. I tell you, Wednesdays, you get it pretty quick. Right at just over an hour, it was approved. Okay? Then, at 10:44, the money was processed and is on my way to my account. By 12 o'clock, the money was in my bank Wednesday. This happens over and over and over and over again. And it's been doing this consistently for almost a year now. Okay? And until it'll take 2 or 3 hiccups for me to really start to wonder about these guys. But they have not missed a beat. I know their live customer service is very, very slow. I understand that. But again, I said it before, their focus is on getting these payouts on time. I'd rather get my payout on time. Honestly. So that's where the focus has been. But they do have live 24-hour live customer service during the trading hours, which is really, really good. But it's just a little challenging, I have to admit. But I can let that go. All right, so let's look at today. Tonight, I am so hurt. I'm so hurt. You guys know I trade. My live stream is up 23 hours a day. If the futures market is open, my live stream is up. Because you don't know when the opportunities are going to come. Okay, at 8 o'clock is when the one of the Asian markets open, and then 9:30 is the rest of them, and then at 3 o'clock the European markets open. During daylight savings time, normal time it opens at 4 a.m., but daylight savings time is at 3. So I'm not up all night, but I will get up at specific times, because this is when you make the most money. I make more money at night. I make 2/3 of my money at night, between 8 o'clock and 4 a.m. That's when I make the most money. Now, I'm not up all that time. I do take naps in between. Some mornings, if I'm up trading late, I wake up late and miss the open, but I really didn't miss a damn thing. Okay, usually the moves that I get come after the open, well after the open. So, that's just the way I roll. Okay, but tonight you could see at 8 o'clock. Now, I don't know if there was a lot of news that happened tonight. With the lawsuit about the National Guard and what Trump did. You know, he lost that fight for now. Israel bombed Iran, or vice versa. I can't remember because I haven't really sat down and watched the news. I don't know if this could have caused all of this, but I know at 8 o'clock I'm going to be in front of the computer because that's when the first Asian market opens. I think it's Singapore. Don't remember right off the top of my head, but that's when these things open up, and the opportunities are there. If you want to do, a side hustle or whatever you want to trade, prop firm trading is the way to go. Don't risk all your money while you're trying to get all of this stuff together. Don't risk it, and you don't need to. Okay, you really don't need to. I'm trying to see if I have. I know I had the times up. I can't remember where the times are. If I can't find it, I'm not going to hold you guys up. Okay, Tokyo is at 8. Hong Kong and Shanghai is at 9:30. Okay, I didn't want to make it messed up. Then the European markets again at 3 o'clock. If it's daylight savings time, if it's standard time, it's at 4. They open at 4. So that's when I make the most money, and it's easy, guys. It's easy because it's not all this damn choppiness when it makes that initial move. Now you get choppiness after the fact, but look, you shouldn't be jumping out on this, because once you get that move, man, you're riding the 9 moving average down, and then once you lose it, you can bail out. But I'm using these daily pivots. These are daily pivots here that I'm using. And, if we got down here and we start to bounce, I'm killing it. I am killing it dead. But, beautiful, beautiful trade. I mean, you look at from 60.29 down to 59.40, 59.40-ish. I mean, that's what, 90 points almost? It's a pretty major trade. Even if you trade at 1 micro, you're talking about $900. Can't beat that, man. Can't beat it. But what we're looking at now, let's look at the daily chart and let's get that up, and you can see gold already has cleared this hurdle. We're waiting for it to break out over this daily pivot here, 34.49. Let's see, what's this pivot? 34.48. We are over it now. We want to see it hold. This is a 52-week high on gold. So if the market keeps going the way it's going, we can hit that. Okay, we can definitely hit that. So this is going to be the level that I'm going to be keeping my eye on through the night and through tomorrow if we're still here. If we reject here, expect a day like this where we pull all the way back. But if we hold this and build off of this, we got this pushing up. So we're good to go. Either way. And then on the S&P, you can see where we are here. We tested this level. This was a level I showed that we looked at, where I told you if we had bounced. Here's the 20-day moving average right here. So if we lose this, if we lose the 20-day and we lose this daily pivot, this window is wide open for us, all the way down to 58.74, 75, 58.75. So good window here. We're just going to keep an eye on this. Now we can bounce and the market can recover. You know, the news cycle is just how we like it. It is volatile. And so at any point, some news can come out to move the market. So when you're here, you know, you want to be attentive. And, you know, if you're not, then so be it. Now, I have to admit, I was a little bit upset tonight missing this move because I needed it. I really needed a big trade here to close the week out. But I didn't get it. You know, I was a little frustrated with it, but we all have to deal with that. You know, like I tell you, I have ways to, it just takes a minute for me to accept it, whine and cry like a baby, and then let's put it behind us and keep going. It's what we have to do. So that's it for now. I will catch up with you guys tomorrow, and let's see if we can close out on a strong note. So you guys have a good one, and we'll talk soon.